Welcome back to the Project Gen X podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Alan Smith, along with...
I'm not sure who I am anymore. I think I'm Big Dave.
Yeah, and here we are post OctoberFest 2023. And I guess we're just going to take this episode to kind of decompress a little bit.
Existential crisis.
It's not even
Existential
that.
crisis.
It's not even, or at least it's not that for me so much as, you know, we did every year for OctoberFest. You know, obviously we doubled down. Even when we doubled down by our old standards of every week.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we put out at least 8 episodes throughout the month. Mm-hmm. And when you're doing that kind of stuff and it's all focused on OctoberFest stuff, you know, horror and fall and all that kind of stuff, you kind of miss a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
In the meantime that's happened or that's going on. And
the only thing I've got that's been going on.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just trying not to burp on mic. So
just go ahead and let it out. More room out than in.
I don't know. It's whatever. What do you got going?
Work's been killing me.
Yeah.
It's literally work, go home, work, go home. I've gotten a few days in riding a bike, but
I understand that. I have been busier this year than I have been in a long time.
Yeah.
With work.
Honestly, at this point, I'm taking a couple days, and one of them I'm going to go sit in the woods by myself for 8-9 hours with a gun, and hope I bring a deer home. And if I don't, I'll have been out in the woods for 8 to 9 hours by myself,
away from people,
nobody else around me, because I am sick of people right now.
I understand that. You know, last episode I said something about being at the flea market.
Yeah, that
was something that Brody and I did. Oh God. It's actually been over 10 years. It was in 2012, so I guess it's been about 11 years ago when we were doing it. And, you know, we started back up again this year, and I've really enjoyed doing it this time.
Yeah.
A lot more than I did last time. There's reasons for that. We won't get into it. But it does wear on you. Mm-hmm. And I say that coming off of this last one where, you know, again, it was October flea market here in Nashville is the biggest one of the year as far as customers and vendors. I mean, there are people who come into town specifically for this one. It's the only time they come in throughout the year to sell stuff.
Yeah.
And which is kind of cool.
Kind of the end of season.
Yeah, kind of. It's just, it's always been that they call it they call it the big one, you know, because it is bigger than all the rest of them. And it's really cool because you get to see a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you really do. And it's been nice going back because there's a couple of people who were there before when we were doing the flea market who were still there that, you know, you're just kind of like, oh, yeah, I know it's been over 10 years, but you just kind of fall right back into talking to them every time and that kind of stuff. And then also there are people who were not around back then. And so, you know, there's new people that you get to know. We got to know several people that, dude, let me tell this story. One of the guys that we met this time, and I'll be kind of vague because I don't want to give any personal information away.
Yeah, okay.
It's him and his wife, you know, and he was pretty cool. He kind of does some of the same stuff we do, but
toys,
yeah. But he also does some others. He got some other really cool stuff. One of his big things is Opryland memorabilia.
Oh, wow!
A lot of Nashville memorabilia in general.
Yeah, okay.
And as a matter of fact, I wound up trading. You see that Faker He-Man figure up there?
Yeah.
I wound up trading him. I had it was like a mug.
Yeah.
That had the Screaming Delta Demon logo on it that I had picked up from somewhere.
You had a Screaming Delta Demon mug?
I didn't realize it until...
Tell me?
I did not remember that I had it because it was stuck in something, and I was going through, like, the night before we were supposed to pack. I was like, oh, I have this, and it's just kind of... I had it for over a decade. It had just been stuck in some stuff. And so I took it out there, and the guy's name's Steven, and I went over to his booth. Well, here's the thing. He does all that stuff. I wound up trading him like straight up, like, yeah, cool, no problem, you know, because I've been looking for one of those. And the other cool thing about that is that since I've been back, and this is a little side thing, there is that Faker. This is from Masters of the Universe. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about,
He-Man, She-Ra,
He-Man, yeah, that Faker, the merman that's sitting right there underneath it, and then also that Horde Trooper that are over there. Okay. All of those are things that I had traded for over the last few months of doing this, because I don't collect a whole lot of Masters of the Universe stuff anymore. I have very specific things that I want, and I wound up finding all of those.
Yeah.
The cool thing about it is that like none of them had their accessories.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that I had all their accessories already.
Oh, okay.
So like that Horde Trooper that on its own is probably about a $50, like just it by itself. His staff that he has that comes with him, with that, all of a sudden that almost doubles in price.
Wow.
And I'd had it stuck in because even through the years that I was not doing all this stuff, whenever I would go in someplace and I would see a bag of accessories, I always would buy them and kind of pick through them and pick out the stuff, usually Master Universe or G.I. Joe or Star Wars, all that kind of stuff, and just kind of had accumulated all these extra accessories for things that I may want in the future, or if I've ran across stuff like, oh, look, I've got the guns, I've got this, I got that. So it wound up working out really well with all three of those because they all of a sudden became a lot more valuable than they were. But they're all in my personal collection too, so I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a couple months ago, I guess it was, it would have been in August. We all went in and set up. We set up on Thursdays. Friday, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, there was no one over at Steven's booth. I was like, what's going on? So I got talking to one of the other vendors between us. She's like, oh, yeah, he had to leave. Like, why did he have to leave? Is everything okay? He's like, no, everything's great. He was on the list for a liver transplant.
Oh, really?
And got the phone call. And he was like, we need you here in 15 minutes. No problem. Gone.
Good for him.
So I had not seen him in 2 months. And then he shows up that Thursday, and I'm like, dude, how are you? He's like, oh, I'm doing good. He showed me his big scar that he had and everything. But he's like, he's like, everything's going fine, just all that. So it was wonderful. Again, it's one of those like really great guy who had something really great happen for him.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's like, all right, I'm so glad you're back. So
all right, collective karma for Steve.
Yes, absolutely. So he's doing okay. As of now, it's only been a couple of months, but he's up and around, and everything seems to be going really well for him. So it was really good seeing him.
Okay, I'm not as mad that he got the Screaming Delta Demon.
But dude, he's got a ton of Opryland stuff.
I guess I'm going to have to come down and see y'all at the flea market.
Well, we're not going to be there for a few months. We decided to take the holidays off. Yeah. So it'll be after the first year before we go back out. But we enjoyed it enough this time to where we're like, we're going to keep doing this.
If I do it, I'm bringing a camp chair. I'm just going to hang out.
That's what I do. I take one of the camp chairs and just hang out. Like, dude, believe me, I found out the hard way. I should have known from doing it before. The first month that we were out there, neither one of us remembered to bring a chair. My feet have still not recovered from that. I'm not even joking about that. I have pain on the outside of my left foot that has been ongoing ever since then. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's plantar fasciitis or what, but I mean, it's just like, oh my God. So,
well, I've got a buddy who has started a side business, and he's buying Funko Pops in bulk.
Okay.
And reselling them online and doing fairly well with it.
Right.
And Sunday we got together.
Yeah.
And he brought me a certified in the Funko Pop hard case.
Mm-hmm.
A signed by Stephen, what's his name, who is the speaking part for Jack Skellington Funko Pop, and it's the glow in the dark.
Yes, those Funko are really
Pop.
Cool.
And I've posted a picture of it over in the Discord.
It is over there.
If you want to take a look, it's over in the collections tab.
It's not signed and cool like that, but there is a limited edition Elvira. That's that glow in the dark, that neon line.
Really?
That I saw. I took Xander over to one of the Halloween Express here a couple nights ago. So he wanted to go in there, and they had. I was like, if I were going to buy another one, it would be that one right there. So,
how much are they asking for?
I don't know, but they had a Zero, and they had several of them. They're all behind the counter, so I'm
probably worth some money.
Yeah, I'm sure, because usually those are all exclusive. It's kind of like I've got that flocked Sam up there that was a Spirit exclusive this year, and of course the one that we had a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we
the
both
big diorama. Those were Spirit exclusive.
Yeah,
and then the clown that I gave you was a Spirit exclusive from last year. So I mean, you get those exclusive, and before they redid them, the Sanderson sisters a few years ago were Spirit exclusives, but they've reissued them since.
But
then.
he's kind of gotten in the market where he's buying them in bulk and then reselling them online and doing fairly well.
There's a lot of that. There's a vendor out.
I keep threatening him I'm going to come over to his house and dig through his collection and see what else he's got. And
there is a vendor
kidnap a few.
out at the fairgrounds that's all they do is Funko Pop. I mean, like they
yeah.
just got huge amounts of them. And I walk by there every once in a while. I'm like, nope, not spending money, not doing it. So.
But I've gotten to the point to where I'm not just buying them to buy them. I only get the ones that I really, really want.
And that's the way I am with mine. Also,
yeah.
The ones that I still have and the ones that I will buy in the future are the ones that I'm like, I really kind of need this.
And I've kind of like I gave you the record list that I'm kind of looking for. He kind of has a list of. These are kind of the ones that I wouldn't mind having.
Passed on something in the last few weeks that I probably shouldn't have.
Oh.
Target had an exclusive.
I have been to Targets looking at records and stuff.
No, I'm talking about Funko.
I know, but
a lot of them they just don't have them any longer. It's crazy.
Evidently, your Target's better than my Target's.
Not the one over here.
Really?
The one over here near me, they have none any longer.
Well, that's kind of the Targets at mine.
But if you get in some of the other ones, like I know the one in Mount Juliet and the one over on Nashville West and a few places.
No, Nashville West is terrible.
Doesn't really.
I went in there looking the other day. They didn't have garbage.
Well, maybe that's not the one. Or Hendersonville has them. And other ones around have them. Okay, but I passed on a Target exclusive pop that I probably shouldn't have.
What was it?
Toxic Avenger. Yeah.
You didn't walk out of the store immediately with that? What is wrong
I picked
with
it
you?
up to go, and I was like, do I really want this?
Yes. The answer is always yes.
But I was just like,
You should have at least bought it for me. I've done that. I did that for you when...
They Live. Yeah. John Nada. Which I have not seen since then, so thank you for that, Dave. I did run across one of the Aliens this weekend, and I almost bought it just to have the complete set.
See, I'd like to have the Alien. I don't have the Alien. I've got the John Nada, but I don't have the Alien.
Yeah, that's the...
But I didn't even ask. I just picked up John Nada and brought it to you.
I know. You knew I wanted it because Roddy Piper, come on,
Yeah.
Also, one of the other things, I don't know if you noticed, I got that Iron Sheik LJN.
Oh, wow.
That was something that also came out that Steven had that it was really, really good shape. Like, I couldn't believe how good a shape it was in. I was like, yeah, I'm going to have this. But
he doesn't have his...
He didn't have those to begin with. So I forget what those things are called. But yeah, now the Sheik, that's just the way the Sheik came there. He didn't have any accessories. A lot of them didn't have accessories. So I'll tell you the thing that has killed me doing the flea market, though, is vinyl. Every month when I go out there, I wind up spending almost as much money as I make.
Yeah.
And it's usually vinyl.
See, if I come out to hang out with you, that's what I'm going for is looking at vinyl.
Well, I can point you to who to go to. So it's
I really miss Viv and Dickie's. That was up the street from me. There's a new place that's gone into that location that's evidently friends with those guys called Boa Rock and Roll Clothing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you were telling me about them.
And evidently they have records, but I have not been able to catch them open yet. And so I don't know what kind of vinyl they got. I really miss going into Vivid.
I made friends with one of the vendors out there. It's a husband and wife duo.
Yeah.
And because every time I go out there, I wind up buying stuff.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, I went out there and they've got all the main stuff out, and then they have like this little like lattice wall, and behind it, usually they'll have stuff that they haven't put out yet or that's more expensive or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there and I'm going through, and all of a sudden I hear this voice come from somewhere. It was like, "Hey, you like the Ramones?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I realized it was coming from behind the lattice work. It was the guy. It's like, "Oh, hey, man." And so he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've got the Ramones." I'm like, "What is it?" And he's like, "End of the Century." I'm like, "I already got that one." He's like, "Well, I got a Rocket to Russia." I was like, "I already got that one." He's like, "I got Motorhead." I was like, well, now I want Motorhead. It's kind of a best of theirs.
See,
No, dude. Somebody had an Ace of Spades this weekend, it was real expensive.
I'm looking for an 1812.
He didn't have that. This was I've got it in there. It's like a best of or something like that. But I wound up buying that, and I wound up buying Depeche Mode album and a couple other things. I was just like, geez, I wound up spending like $70 while I was there.
Because when I was at the college radio station, I think I was one of the last DJs that was actually still playing vinyl on the air. Mm-hmm. And one of the records that I had access to that I was playing was 1812, and I was always playing I'm So Bad, Baby,
I Don't Care. Right, that's a good one.
I love that album.
But so he knows what I'm looking for. Like the two of them do.
Yeah.
They're always like, matter of fact, his wife was like, hey, I think he's got something for you this time. And I'm like, oh, goodness. He's like, I don't need to spend money, okay?
Yeah.
So Brody goes to go look around Saturday morning before it got real busy.
Yeah.
And he comes back and he's like, hey, check out what I got. And he had like, he loves Rat. So he had picked up some Rat album, and it was like a White Snake album or something like that. He's like, oh, yeah, and I have a copy, and I got this really cool copy of Hunky Dory by David Bowie. And I just stood there and looked at him because he knew that's what I was looking for. I was like, are you serious? He's like, they sent it out here for you to look at. They brought it specifically, And I'm like, So I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, how much? And he's like, he wanted $50 for it. And I'm like,
yeah, you paid it.
oh, I did.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I didn't go back out there. Because I just Venmo'd him the money, from the booth, So a couple hours later, when I got a chance to go out there, I was like, hey, thanks for bringing that Hunky Dory. And his wife was like, I all of a sudden got a saying that you had paid me. And she was like, did he come by here and buy something? Like, what's going on? I was like, I didn't even need to. I just went ahead and just sent you the money. I wasn't going to haggle with you or anything. Just go ahead and take my money. Just
I've got some records I've been like that on. That was the nice thing about Vivid Dickies, though, is because he wasn't just reselling. He was almost curating what he was putting in his shop. So,
they're doing the same thing.
Oh,
and
really?
It's Twisted Vinyl. You can go look them up on Instagram.
Okay.
A few other things, and they're
wait,
somewhere around
Instagram. What?
Yeah, I think they're on Instagram. It's Twisted Vinyl is the name of the company.
You shouldn't have told me.
Oh,
that.
I know.
Now I'm looking them up right now. Oh, you're killing me.
Oh, dude, they get some really great stuff. And the thing is that I'll show you when we go. You can look at. That's the whole thing. I looked at this record, this album, and it did not have a scratch on it. And I'm just like, oh man, how is it that you were always finding this stuff that I want to buy?
All right, which one is it?
I think it's that one right there.
Get me the right one. You realize you're feeding my addiction at this point, right?
No, this is it right here. Christie's Twisted Vinyl. That's what it is. So, yeah, that's it.
Yep, follow. Follow. Oh, look,
Chris,
your ex is also following.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's Christie's Twisted Vinyl. Christie is with a K and an IE on Instagram, and I know that they have other options of buying straight instead of.
Do they have a store?
They have an online store, I think.
Oh, okay.
It should be there in their bio. But I've bought a bunch of stuff from them. It's all good. Like, all of their stuff is good, and I spend way too much money. That's part of the reason I'm not following them on Instagram is because I know that I will wind up buying a whole bunch of crap.
Oh, they're making dishes and furniture out of. Oh,
yeah, they're doing that stuff too. Believe me, the albums they're doing that are not like high value stuff. So
it hurts me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Enough. I'll look.
But yeah, they're kind of one of those like. I tell them all the time, I'm like, I don't want to tell you what I'm looking for because you'll find it. And then I have to give you money.
That's funny.
But yeah, they're good people. So
now you got to tell them that we talked about them on the podcast, and now they have to subscribe.
There you go.
And now next time I'm down, come to see you, you've got to introduce me.
Okay.
I need new friends.
Well,
now.
I don't think they're coming back until March of next year. They
perfect for my birthday.
Yeah, there you go. They usually don't do the winter months because they're an outside vendor, and I would not want to be outside. So, but they're like I said, they're good people, man. I've given them hundreds of my dollars in a very short amount of time. So they're how I got my copy of Nevermind the Bullocks.
Okay,
and as well as several other like. Okay, I didn't think I was going to find this stuff, you know, and they're the ones that I got my copy of the Lost Boys soundtrack from.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and really nice copies of all of it.
I've got a copy of a Rat record I need to sell them because I've got
and they have bought some stuff from us as well. So it's
yeah, that Rat record I bought from Brody.
You already had.
I already had it, and I didn't realize it, which is why I've got to put a list.
You got a backup, so it's.
I got to. Well, no.
I'm telling you,
actually, the one that I've got was in way better shape than the one I bought from Brody.
I have. A full on my phone. I've got it in my notes. I've got a full list of all the albums I have so that I don't buy because I have done that where I've bought them multiple times.
That's what I need to do.
One of the things I also picked, and I put pictures of this. I picked up a copy of. You're gonna love both of these, Dave. I picked up a copy of Motley Crue's Theater of Pain.
Okay.
And I picked up a copy of Alice Cooper's Raise Your Fist and Yell.
Okay.
Yeah. and I'm really into very specific things that I'm looking for now because I've kind of covered all the rest of the bases on.
I'm pretty sure I need all the Motley Crue from the first album until Dr. Feelgood, and then pretty much everything after that I don't care.
Yeah, that's my off with them. Although, the self-titled with John Corabi is a good album.
But the mix could have been better.
It could have been.
They could have not buried his vocal as bad as they did, because he's actually a pretty good vocalist. Mm-hmm. If you go and listen to any of the other bands he's been in, and come to find out, Nikki Sixx evidently didn't play on any of them anyway. So
yeah, well, I know
I'm actually
that doesn't surprise me in the slightest because I had heard rumors about it for years.
Mick Mars' new album, his solo album, dropped today.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
He was releasing the first single on the Eddie Trunk Show and talking about the whole mess that's going on with him and Motley Crue. And I'm actually excited to hear Mick's solo album because of the amount of people that have played on the album.
On a different musical front,
sure.
Something I have not listened to it yet, but on Conan O'Brien's podcast, recently he had Dave Grohl, Chris Novoselic, and Steve Albini on there to talk about the recording of In Utero.
Really?
And it's like a 2-hour long deal. I'm like, I would probably need to go listen to that at some point because that's all stuff that I would be interested to hear. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I have not heard any new music recently that I am really into. And a matter of fact, one of the newer acts that I really love has retired from music now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ryan Hamilton retired from music. This year,
he just gave up on it?
He did. I mean, it was he had a new album coming out, and the record company screwed it up, and he also had a kid on the way, and he just recently got married, and it was just kind of one of those, hey, I need to focus on what's important and stop. He's like, I'm in my 40s now. I've been the next big thing for almost 20 years, and it's obviously not happening. So it's kind of one of those. All right, and what's kind of cool about that, and it's not like a real big thing, but because I follow him on Instagram, and that's where he was talking about that kind of stuff, and it was kind of one of those things where like I reached out to him when all that was happening, especially after he said the kid was on the way and all that kind of stuff. I was like, dude, I never got anywhere near what you did, but there was that point where I had to make a decision about that kind of stuff. Being a dad's one of the best things that ever happened to me, and he like responded back.
It's like, always cool when that.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things, and we've had a couple interactions over time. He's got a cool podcast. It's actually on YouTube. It's called, let me know the name of it. And what's really cool is that he has all of these, demo tapes that he acquired over the years of stuff that people have never heard.
Okay.
All these bands that, had sent stuff in. It is called Vintage Alternative is the name of it.
Okay.
And he also interviews other people. Like he interviewed Art Alexakis from Everclear, and he interviewed, who else did he interview? But it kind of using some of his contacts to do these interviews and stuff. Really good. And it's one of those things that like, they basically, the non-interview stuff, they'll just pull a random demo and listen to it and talk about it.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool that way. And it's also kind of cool that he's given these bands that no one ever heard a little bit of press, even though I'm sure most of them had broke up a long time ago. But it's still kind of one of those like, oh, this is really cool that their music's actually getting out there. So.
It's kind of cool, especially if you were one of those bands and you didn't make it, and all of a sudden you're listening to a podcast and your music's being played. I mean, what's Eddie Z out of?
He is in Houston, if I'm not mistaken.
He's in Houston?
He's in Texas. I think it's Houston. It might be Austin. I think it's Houston though. I think that's where he's originally from.
Okay.
Houston. But yeah, he's really cool, and like I said, I always enjoy his podcast and stuff he posts and everything. So go check out Ryan Hamilton. I love his music. I know he's not quite your thing, but I
mean, he's good. He's talented. Yeah. I mean, I definitely have given a lot of his stuff a listen.
Right.
I tend towards the heavier stuff.
Right, I get that. And he's a lot more pop, like power pop type stuff.
And I tend to
really enjoy that.
So. More heavy, bluesy, gritty.
Right. So, but yeah, that's there seems to be A lot of podcasts going on out there these days.
Yes, there are.
Oh, so 30-20-10, the podcast.
Oh, here we go again.
Okay, so no. Okay, so Diana was on here last year when we did the episode about
and she was great.
I
really enjoyed
loved
that
having
episode.
Diana on here, and I would love to have her back anytime she wants to come on here. I know she's got a lot going on, so it's kind of but she, or not her, but they, because they do 30, 20, and 10 years ago. You know, so they talked about The Nightmare Before Christmas on a recent episode.
Did they bag on it as bad as you did?
No, but we agreed on a lot of stuff.
I'm not going to listen to it.
And it was funny, like 2 out of 3 of the hosts were like kind of like, and the thing, Chris Antista, the guy who's like kind of the lead on that, said almost the exact same thing I did. Is like, he's like, I want to love this. I love the aesthetics. I love all this stuff, but I just do not love this movie. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. So, and this dude is a hardcore Disney and animation person, and he's like, I love all the stop motion, the aesthetics, but the movie itself is just not. It's just kind of find it boring. So,
are you just going out and looking for reasons to justify yourself?
No, I'm not. It surprised me because I fully expected to listen to that episode and have them just gush over this movie like the entire time about how great it was, and then, like I said, 2 out of 3. Now, Diana admitted that there was some stuff here, but by and large, she's like, I really love the movie. And it's like, okay, that's fine. Exactly. That's cool. I mean, and again, I don't begrudge anybody for loving it. I just don't.
Why is it that you hate everything that I love?
I do not.
Why is it that you hate
I don't know. Why do you hate Night of the Creeps? Because it's a great movie.
It's a terrible movie.
Great movie.
It's a terrible movie. It's a garbage film.
But yeah, no, and that was just, I found it funny. I thought I would pass that on to you. So I was like, okay, see, I'm not the only one.
So she's on my side.
Yeah, she was mostly on your side.
I like her more now.
I know you do. So
I liked her anyway, but I like her more now.
Shout out to Diana Goodman.
So
and the fact that she shouted us out earlier this year, because it was the 40th anniversary of Risky Business.
Yeah.
And she talked about coming on the show last year, and gave us a shout out on the show and everything. So that was really nice of her. She didn't have to do that, but she did.
Thank you.
So
that's much appreciated.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's I don't know. You get anything coming up that you're really looking forward to? I know we got Thanksgiving around the corner here before long.
Yeah, and we're doing Thanksgiving with my wife's family this year.
Okay,
and her sister and her family are coming in, so I get to see my niece.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some other news there that I can't talk about.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So
that's
I'm
fine.
Kind of excited about that.
Well, that's cool.
And I'm looking forward to Christmas vacation because I get the entire week between Christmas and New Year's off. And I think with the exception of Christmas, I'm going to sleep through every bit of it because I'm just
I don't blame you, dude.
I am bone weary.
I have done that multiple, the day that we're recording this.
Yeah.
Last night, I went to bed and was asleep around 9:30, and I woke up a little bit before 6, which is a little earlier than I normally do. And then I jumped, and I got up, I kind of tooled around, got a cup of coffee, all that kind of stuff. Got my son up, got him to school, and came back home and went back to bed and slept for about 3 or 4 more hours.
I was
like, oh my gosh,
dead to the world by 7 p.m. in my chair. And my wife woke me up, and it was long enough for me to go in and get my coffee ready for this morning and move the clothes from the washer to the dryer so I'd have clothes to wear today. And then I was in bed by 8 o'clock and just dead to the world.
Yeah.
In fact, Corey called me, and I completely missed it. And
he called me last
and I meant to call.
And I was in the middle of something. I was trying to get Xander doing,
is he at work tonight? Is he go to work tonight?
No, he's off today. He's off. He goes back tomorrow. I won't say what days he's off work. So, but no, he's off work tonight. But I'm sure
I may call him on the way home and just catch up and see what's going on.
Had I not gone back to sleep, I was going to try and get in touch with him about maybe grabbing lunch or something. But I was just exhausted. Yeah. So
I am probably going to try to find a set of crash bars for my bike or engine guards for the bike and put that on
It's funny, if you talk to people under a certain age, they call them crash bars, and if you talk to somebody over a certain age, they call them engine guards.
Evidently, I'm in between the two.
We are both kind of right on the cusp of those two things.
And because somebody I know thinks he knows somebody who might have a set of bags.
Oh yeah,
for sale that'll fit my bike. Because honestly, I need a set of bags for my bike because I need to start carrying some tools and stuff with me.
Yep, because you never know.
Yeah,
that is the thing when you buy a bike. You have to all of a sudden become a mechanic
on
top of it all, because it's, for one thing, you might be out somewhere and something happens and you just need to get it working enough to get home, or you might be able to fix it right there on the side of the road. Either way,
well, you might need it because
and also,
somebody else might need some help.
Yeah, and there's that. There's always that, and there's also it's cheaper to work on it yourself than it is to take it somewhere else. So.
Well, it's funny, since I started riding, it very much makes, I think everybody ought to start out on two wheels because it makes you very more aware of everything around you.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice bikes more. It's kind of like when you drive, whatever car you drive, you always notice those on the road first.
Oh, I know. I got that situation now.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah. And I've gotten to where, I've noticed bikes a lot, and there's been some occasion where I've seen a guy, off on the side of the road, off his bike, and I'll flip a Yui and go back and go check on them, make sure that, they're okay or they need help or anything. And so far, they're all like, nah, I'm just taking a rest.
Yeah.
Everything's cool. But if you ever see a motorcycle and the helmet's sitting on the ground behind the bike, pull over and help the dude, because that's an international signal of I'm broke down and I need help.
Yep. So and it's also kind of a thing with quote unquote bikers. If you see somebody on the side of the road, to stop, even if you're not on your bike. I mean, just like in general, to make sure everything's okay. That is one of the things I do like about that whole culture, community. That culture is that, it's like, no, you help out other bikers, other riders. I mean, that's just no ifs, ands, buts about it.
It's a given.
Yeah. So I haven't talked about it, but I bought a new car in the last month or so.
The douchemobile?
Something like that. It is a vehicle that I never thought I would own for multiple reasons.
I figured you'd end up in one eventually just because of who you are.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think there's a lot of jealousy going around is what it is. So
what are you talking about?
Badass car, dude. That thing will fly. So
I don't care. I have my Tahoe. I love my Tahoe.
So I wound up buying a BMW 328i convertible.
No. Say it correctly.
I did. It is a BMW 328i hard top convertible. Yes,
not a soft top.
No, it is a hard top
convertible.
It is not a new one because there's no way I could afford that. It is a little older model, but it's still in really good shape, low mileage. And I figured if I'm going to turn 50 in a few months, I'll just go full midlife crisis.
And what's funny is your driving has gotten worse to match the car.
Whatever. That car will fly.
Yeah.
I mean, fly. Here you go. This is funny. So they've been working out around the fairgrounds for the flea, where the flea market is. And so they moved where all the vendor parking is. Which, if you know anything about Nashville, at the flea grounds, or at the fairgrounds, at the fairgrounds, the Nashville Motor Speedway is out there.
Yeah.
Well, they had us parking on the infield of the Speedway.
You decided to take a lap.
I did not. I was ready to, but I didn't get a chance to on Friday. So, all right, Saturday I'm doing it. Saturday they had barriers up where you couldn't do it. I was like, I should have done it yesterday because I was like, oh my God. I was like, seriously, I am taking a lap on this thing. So.
You know why the barriers were there?
For people like me, exactly.
No, somebody took a lap on Friday.
Somebody probably did, but I was just like, oh, dude, I am so getting this thing because that, it's that inline six that's in there, and it will fly. Like I have had it up around 100 miles an hour without even realizing it. Like all of a sudden I look down like, oh crap. It's just, I better slow down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. And of course I bought it. We still had some nice days of having the top down and driving around with it and stuff. And now it's turned off cold. I'm glad that it's a hard top convertible because it's kind of nice on the inside. So, because I've had Jeeps before that didn't have the hard top, and it makes it difficult to talk to people, for one thing, like if there's somebody else in the car. It also kind of makes it a little difficult to listen to, radio or whatever, because you get a lot of wind and road noise.
I never had a problem.
Well, that's because your hearing is about half gone.
That is not true. It's only
or maybe it's because my hearing is about half
there
gone.
you go. It's probably more like it.
But yeah, with the top up, it doesn't bother me a whole lot. But I'm not going to post pictures in the Discord because I'm just not. It's but yeah, I never.
What's the matter? Are you embarrassed of your douche-mobile?
Whatever. But yeah, it is a. I never in a million years thought I'd own a BMW, and now I do. So anyway,
Yeah,
and really, it's not one of those things that I've ever been like, oh, I love BMW, because I really could care less about any of that crap.
I'll admit it's a nice riding car.
It's a little low to the ground. I'll admit
I
that. I know you have problems in it.
The one time we went out in it, I'd need a person to come around and pull me up out of it.
I'll tell you, the thing I've had to get used to is like going over railroad tracks and stuff like that, because it will bottom out. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I got to slow way down to go over all this stuff. Haven't really had a problem with like speed bumps or anything, because I don't usually go flying over top of them. Yeah. But yeah, I have bottomed out a couple times where I'm like, did I just bust the
see, my 50-year-old car was I went full Chevy Tahoe, full size 4-wheel drive LTZ. Bought it used because I couldn't afford the new ones, because they're like,
oh no, they're way
they're like $80,000 a pop.
Right.
I didn't pay anywhere near that for this one, but I love being able to sit up above everything else, be able to see what's going on, having enough room to be comfortable in a vehicle, and if I need it, the 4-wheel drive's there. Which, going to deer camp,
I'm sure you. So I don't plan on going off roading anytime soon. So it's funny because like the day that I bought the car, I was actually on the phone with Corey because I bought it near his house. I was going to drive by there when I was taking a test drive, and he called me back. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I told him what I was doing. He's like, "I always kind of saw you in another Jeep." And I'm like, "Well, I fully plan on buying another Jeep as a second vehicle at some point, but I need something for every day." I'll tell you this much: Xander loves that car. We'll get in. I'll be like, top up or down? Down. Every time's down. It's like,
I bet it's not tomorrow.
No, it will not be. It's supposed to warm up by the end of the week, so I might get a few more days out of it. But it is what it is. It's
let's look at the weather. I'm curious here.
The fact that it was a convertible was one of the things that really kind of turned me off to it to begin with when I first looked at it.
Really?
Because I didn't realize that's what it was, because it is the hard top. And
yeah, it's supposed to be 64 on Friday.
They were showing in there
70 on Saturday.
Or maybe it's Saturday is a 70, yeah.
Sunday 70. Monday is going to be 73.
There you go.
That's the day I'm going hunting. Yeah. And it's supposed to be 73.
It'll be a great day to take top down and go riding off.
All of my hunting gear is insulated.
Of course.
I'm going to have to go this weekend and try to find some non-insulated camouflage.
There you go.
That sucks.
But
73 for deer hunting in November.
In November.
Thanks, El Nino.
Nah, that's just Tennessee weather. What are you talking about? Yes, every year, there is a good possibility every year that it is going to be warm all through October and into November.
No, because last year...
I said there's a possibility of it. It's not always like that, but there have been plenty of times.
Last year we went hunting before Halloween, and it was that temperature.
Yeah.
And then when we got back, the temperature dropped off. Right. And the next Saturday when we went down around Shelbyville somewhere, he drove. I was like, I have no idea how to get back here ever.
That's never good. Don't know how to get home.
It was... I think the high was like 46, which made sitting in the woods much more comfortable.
Right. Well, we've had plenty of Thanksgivings and Christmases over the years where it has been warm. And I mean, we have. When you start going back and looking, it's really not as unusual as people like to make it out to be.
There was a period of time there after high school when I was going to Volunteer State. I was working my way through Volunteer State, and the paint store that I was working at, one of the guys also worked at a Christmas tree farm up north of Hendersonville.
Right.
And he got me on working at the Christmas tree farm. Well, one of the jobs, they grew all the Christmas trees there, but they had a certain selection that they would ship in from North Carolina, for the big firs and all of that.
Right.
Well, they had a deal with one of the other Christmas tree lots that if we would help them unload their trailer, they would then give the owner of the Christmas tree farm a huge discount on his trees. Well, they would drive in they were literally cutting the trees the night before, loading them on a 53-foot semi-trailer and shipping them in the next day. These trees had snow in the branches while we're unloading them from the truck. But they would always load our trees on the trailer first. So we had to unload all of their trees to get to ours. And there were many, and we always did it on Thanksgiving Day. So I'd have to get up at the crack of dawn on Thanksgiving Day and go unload a 53-foot semi-trailer of Christmas trees packed with snow. Mm-hmm. And then we would be getting snowed on Thanksgiving Day while unloading these Christmas trees.
Sometimes.
So most of
Sometimes it happens. In all the years I've lived here, generally when I was a kid, it would be cold around Christmas. Yeah. It really would. We've only, I can probably count on one hand how many times we've actually had snow on Christmas. But it happens from time to time.
Yeah, I'm not even going to lie. I kind of enjoyed working at the Christmas tree farm.
But there have been a handful of years where it was 70 degrees at Christmas. It's just the way the weather patterns work around here. And Thanksgiving is always hit or miss. Usually it will be chilly. We've had snow on Thanksgiving a few times.
Yeah.
But again, we've also had those where it's 70, 75 degrees on Thanksgiving. We've had Halloweens where where the entire October never got below 70.
Yeah.
And then it just fell off somewhere in the middle of November. It's just kind of the way the weather patterns go around here. And anytime somebody's like, oh, it's never been like this before. It's like, well, you haven't lived here long enough.
It's going to be hot.
Yeah, I know.
That's not going to be fun.
You're really worried about this, aren't you?
I was really hoping it would be cold.
I know. I get it. Hey, look, I was really hoping that when the weather got cool a few weeks ago, that it would just stay that way. Instead, it did. It got back up in the 80s again, and it was rather warm. What's funny is that, the house, my old house, we are remodeling it.
Yeah.
We don't have heating or air hooked up. So it was one of those things where, we were working in the middle of the summer with no air conditioning.
Yeah.
And it got hot. Well, then, we get into the fall, and at least the breeze was keeping things okay. But now we're into it's getting cold and there's no heat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah, but you can always get a salamander. And
we have one, and we have a couple of heaters that we can use for that kind of stuff. It's not that big a deal. But what really sucked is we were working on the upstairs when it was still like 90 degrees outside. And we literally would go up there and work for like half an hour and then come back downstairs and drink water and just sit there and cool off for a while and then go back up and work for about half an hour and then come back down.
Yeah.
Because I'm not anywhere near as young as I used to be.
Yeah, neither one of us are.
So yeah, pretty much I'm on the march to 50 now in January.
Welcome to the party, pal.
We're zeroing in on 2 months and counting.
What day is that?
It's in the middle. So
of what month?
Of January. It's in January, yeah. And so it's just kind of one of those. I guess that's where we are. It's just it doesn't bother me. I haven't talked to him, but I have a cousin he's less than a month older than me. His birthday's in December, and it has been relayed to me that he's having a tough time with turning 50. And I'm like, I have no problem. Look, I'm living on ball. I am in bonus time. Okay, There was no way, especially you were around some. There was no way I was making it out of my 30s alive. Okay, with the pace that I was on.
There were several of us.
Yeah. On the pace that I was on, it was like it ain't happening. So every day after I got sober has kind of been hey, you're alive. Welcome to life. Enjoy it, and it's just kind of been one of those, I turned 40, didn't bother me. I'm turning 50, doesn't bother me. We'll see what happens when 60 rolls around, because I have a feeling that's going to be a little different. But
30 hurt. 30 did hurt. 30 was painful.
It was. It really was. For some strange reason, looking back, I can't quite figure it out, but it did.
40 didn't bother me. 50 was annoying, but my wife threw me a big party.
Yeah,
so
you had a big party, so and you've had a good time, and I kept you on. kept you on your heels the entire.
Yeah, you and Corey,
because you were afraid I was going to start telling stories.
Yeah, you need to keep your mouth shut. That's why you're not allowed to talk at my funeral.
Yeah, you won't be there. You won't be able to stop me. So.
No, I've already made arrangements. I've already made arrangements for you and Corey to be dealt with.
Yeah, 30 really bothered me, and you know,
it's in the will.
Again, you won't be there, so it's a 30 really bothered me, and I think the reason why it bothered me as much as I did is because growing up, okay, of course, the generation in front of us was always the don't trust anyone over 30 type thing, and there really was a lot of us growing up and having that pounded into like 30s, you know, hey, 30, you're old when you're 30.
Yeah.
I mean, that, and then all of a sudden I'm staring it in the face and I was like, I don't feel any older, but I've been told that this is old. And and there was some other stuff too, because of everything else that was going on in my life. And it's just it was kind of a perfect storm. And I think that was a lot more of it than anything for me, because I don't really know anybody else that really had that problem.
Yeah.
Now, I know that I've had other relatives that when they turned 40, different stuff really kind of freaked out. And I'm like, bring 40. 40 doesn't bother me in the slightest. So
it's like, it's 40.
Yeah, you know,
I've already done 30, 40 I can do.
My 40s have been some of the best times of my life, quite honestly. I mean, and I say that, they've been good. They've been real good for me. I
guess with 50, I'm kind of settling into mediocrity at this point.
What was the quote from Almost Famous? That long fade back to the middle or whatever it was. It's just like
quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet lives of
you'll meet them again in that long fade back to the middle.
Yeah. Lester Bangs.
Yep. Yeah. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm not sweating it, and it's better than the alternative. That's one of the things. Again, stuff's happened since we've been doing all this. I had a health scare. My dad had a health issue.
Yeah,
and
I had the health issue before you were.
Oh, I know.
Corey did.
I know, but it's just all of a sudden it was one of those things where it was like, crap, what is going on? You know, and everything is okay now. But that really did, because I lost my mom last year, right around this time. And I remember sitting in the hospital with my dad when he was in there, literally having thinking, am I going to lose both my parents inside of a year? You know, now he's ornery as ever now and getting around much better and doing much better. He's finally actually listening to his doctor. All the stuff that I've been telling him,
Is he taking his meds?
He's taking his meds.
Are you making him take his meds?
He is taking all of his stuff that he needs to. Now, all of his stuff that he was prescribed now, even the stuff that he was refusing to because he didn't think he needed it, his primary finally told him, no, you have to take this. This is important. And he started taking it, and he's doing much better.
Well,
now,
good.
So,
no, I guess, you know, I'm settling into my mediocrity because at this point I'm not going to be known as the drummer of such and such band.
Right.
Which I thought as a kid I was going to do. I'm never going to be known as that rock DJ, you know, that made his mark and, you know, never did that.
Well, that's all gone away anyway. So it's
I'm never going to be known as that guy that made those films that, you know, everybody loved and watched. And
you never know.
It's just never.
You never know
at this point.
You just never know. So
I think I'm going to end up with like 3 people going, hey, are you one of the dudes on that like podcast that like had 201 episodes and then went away or something?
We have more than that.
202 episodes and then went away.
Well, you know, along that lines, I would really like to get back to a weekly schedule, maybe after the first of the year. I know that's asked. I know, and you love how I always spring this stuff on the show, but I was just really thinking about it, and I think we can do it. We may need to
We're gonna have to bank
talk
a
about
bunch,
some and bank a bunch and talk
because
about some other stuff. And
my schedule at work is getting crazy, and now they're starting to book stuff on Saturdays on top of it, which I am not happy about. Because honestly, that's why I left the last job, is because I was working all the time and I didn't have time to do anything else for myself. And
I get it. Believe me, like I said, with picking up the flea market, so that's basically 4 days out of my month, solid every month, plus finding new stuff to take out there.
Yeah,
takes you wind up doing that in your free time. Plus, we're doing this remodel, which has become, this is the first remodel we've done on anything in close to a decade. So it's kind of been one of those, okay, this is something that's time consuming and every day, Monday through Friday, plus being a single parent and all the obligations that come with that. And then I still am trying to do my side gig some. I haven't done it in a few months because and then doing this and everything else, it really has become one of those things where it's like, I just don't have time to do anything anymore. And it's hard.
And I've got a new
really
toy
difficult.
I want to play with.
And I really, So, yeah.
It's funny, you got yours first, and I put more miles on mine.
Oh, I know. And there are multiple factors for that. And I'm hoping that with some stuff that we've got taken care of in the last couple of weeks, that it's going to actually get me moving in that direction a lot more. And in the spring, I'll be able to get out a lot on the bike. So I'm looking forward to it, because believe me, some of these cool days that we've had, when it was like in the 50s and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, dude, I want to be out on my bike right now so bad.
The problem with riding in the 50s is that by the time you factor in wind chill, that's actually like, if you take 50 and you subtract 15.
I know, but it is what it is. I'd rather ride like that than ride when it's 80 or 90 outside.
Yeah.
When all the humidity and everything. So,
well, my buddy who rides is talking about me and him meeting and going over to Loveless early one Saturday and eating breakfast,
and riding down the trace, half a day, getting lunch somewhere, and then riding back. Sounds like a plan, man.
Yeah, a couple 100 miles.
And then there's some other stuff going on behind the scenes, that personal life, business stuff that once it gets taken care of is going to take more time. But it's good because it sets things up for the future. So
nice.
That kind of stuff. That's all I'll say about it at this point. Yeah. And I know Biscuit's going to be really happy about that. He'll be taken care of. So,
I stuck your finger in here.
Biscuit's asleep on the floor here with us. So that's what I do. He spends all day finding a new place to go lay down and take a nap.
Oh, I'm jealous.
All day long. That's all he does. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna go lay down over here and take a nap. Okay, I'm gonna get up, and go over here, and lay down and take a nap.
All right, all this talk about nap.
I know you're getting to the.
I'm exhausted in the podcast already. I want to go home and go to bed.
So, guys, we will be back in a couple weeks with a new episode. We are not going to take December off like we did, or November and December off like we did last year.
We'll come back with something.
Or I guess, we'll come back. We've got some stuff we're going to have. We think we're going to have a guest, possibly.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about it. Corey's coming back on potentially.
Oh.
Yeah, so
maybe,
and if we can get him, and if we can maybe get him to
make a phone call,
and use a little bit of the sway that he has, might actually get somebody fun on here. We'll see what happens. We don't know at this point.
Yeah.
Because I know I've been trying to get a certain somebody on this show for 6 months, and I can't get it done.
I will call her out. Psycho Bunny, you need to return a phone call.
Well, hey, I know she's also busy this time of year, or this past time of year.
Because she was throwing a huge Halloween party.
I know. I saw the post. I saw the photos too, so good for her.
Psycho Bunny, you should call.
Yeah, we miss you. Don't make us stalk you any more than we already are. So,
I mean, Alan's been driving by your house in the Deuce Mobile.
No.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
So, anyways, guys, thank you. We've had man, can you believe we're almost at the end of the year? I mean, literally,
I'm working for it at this point.
I need
but
that.
I need that week between Christmas and New Year's to sleep.
It is crazy that it seems like yesterday we were just at Christmas, and now we're right up on top of it again.
It seems like yesterday.
I swear, time is speeding up, and it's getting faster and faster. So, anyways, with that, I am Alan Smith.
I'm still not sure who I am anymore. I claim I'm Big Dave.
All right, and guys, we will see you very soon.
I'm tired. Turn it off.